Hello, Congressman. I'm actually a Democrat, but I like to hear the other side too. I actually have two questions, if you don't mind me asking them.
Sure, of course.
Number one, similar to what he said, I'd like to hear your position on renewable energy, and the environment is actually one of my top concerns. And also, I'm Jewish. I am very concerned about the heinous rise of anti-Semitism, and I am a Democrat, as I've said, but I think they have not done anything to combat this huge problem. So what we do across college campuses and in the state to combat anti-Semitism?
Well, the first thing is, when it comes to anti-Semitism, I don't tolerate, just like I don't tolerate bigotry. Like, first of all, if you're anti-Semitic, you're going to go paint swastikas on somebody's door or somebody's business or somebody's car. If you're going to stop a Jewish student from kind of go to his class so he can get his education, as far as I'm concerned, you're trying to stop a Jewish student, you're trying to stop a black student, like, that's wrong. You're trying to stop a white student, that's wrong. Get educated. Be a part of the fabric of our country. That's what I care about. So I have no patience for this kind of stuff. It's like, and I'm gonna go back to it. I'm gonna go back to the social media stuff, because it's there. We all know it. It's there. There is nothing funny with cosplaying anti-Semitism or bigotry. There's nothing funny about it. People might like follow it on TikTok and get more views and get more comments, but that is social media. That is not the real world. In the real world, half the people that run their mouth would never walk up to you or walk up to me and say what they say to my face. That's why a lot of times I ignore this stuff, because I'm from Brooklyn. So my attitude is, it's not real until you stand right here and you say it to my face. Until then, you a chatty Cathy. Go ahead and run your mouth. You're less than nothing if you do. That's my opinion. Number two, at George Washington University last year when they were doing the encampments, Oversight Committee went there. We went and we were talking to the president of GW. We saw some of the encampments. We were walking up, they had a podium set up over here, and the encampment was over there. So we're walking up, and the chairman, James Comer, asked me, he goes, Byron, what do you want to do? I go, let's go through the encampment. He goes, what? I go, let's go through the encampment. Capitol Police, they're like, you sure? Yes, we're gonna go through the encampment. So I start walking. And remember, but first of all, ain't nobody gonna stop me. I'm 6'2", 280. You're not getting in front of me. So I start walking. We go through the encampment, and these people in this encampment come out, they got their keffiyehs on their faces and all this crap. And these guys are trying to debate me live. And the first thing I told one of them is, you want to debate me? Take your mask off. Debate me like a man. You want to be a man? Be one. Take your mask off. The funny thing happened when we did this. There were Jewish students on GW's campus who saw us walking through, and they came and joined us in the walk through the encampment. Because when you stand up to bigotry and anti-Semitism, a funny thing happens. The bigots and the anti-Semites flee. We cannot have any tolerance for this. You want to have disagreements about foreign policy and geopolitics? Have your disagreements, that's fine. What we're not going to do is be disrespectful to people. Or even, frankly, I don't think it's good to joke and be disrespectful. Because then what you're doing is you're signaling it's okay to the people who truly do believe this stuff. I get death threats. I get them. I don't talk about it, but I get them. So when my wife knows that there's a threat, that's how you know this stuff is real. Charlie Kirk is a friend. Was a friend. Charlie and I planned college tours all through Florida this year. That was the plan. So I don't take this stuff lightly. There is right and there is wrong. There is moral clarity that has to be established. What is morally correct? Because here's something I know. Half the people on social media who run their mouth would not come here and say that stuff right to your face. They wouldn't do it because they're soft. They're not real. And I think that this is not about a law. This is not about protecting free speech. This is about moral clarity and leadership. Are you going to stand up to ignorance and bigotry and anti-Semitism? My answer is clear, 100% yes. I'm sorry, I got off on that one. What was the other question you had? Oh, the environment.
Yes.
Renewables.
Yes.
When it comes to renewable power, here's my concern. Solar and wind are not green. When you take the life cycle from the mining in Africa to the creation of these panels in factories, to when these panels are disposed of, because they don't last forever. So when they're disposed of, they actually go in landfills. And what they're starting to find out in California is that these minerals seep out of the panels and into the groundwater. They're actually not green. The greenest form of power on the planet is nuclear. The second greenest is natural gas. We could make an argument if hydrogen becomes real and sustainable, that could probably be the greenest overall. I'm not a picker and chooser of energy. I say have a consistent regulatory framework, have a consistent taxing framework, and then let the market decide what's most efficient and what matters in the lives of people. You want to battle affordability, you want to fix affordability, it always begins with energy. If you artificially inflate the cost of energy, you artificially inflate the cost of everything else. So when it comes to renewables, I think that what Washington defined as renewable is actually not consistent baseload power that's going to let people actually live their lives affordably for themselves and for their families. And so what is the point of saying you're going to save the planet in 100 years if you have jettisoned half of America's population into poverty because of energy? That doesn't work. So I think it's nuclear, I think it's nat gas, I think it could be hydrogen, we'll see where that goes. Could there be a place for solar and wind? I guess, but those are the key things that we should be doing. Yes, sir.